Check, check. Okay. 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 Here we go, and welcome out there in TV land. We've got an epic rivalry here. The Redwood Giants. The Redwood Giants are here to meet up with our Tamalpais Hawks. It's a 75-year-old famous rivalry, and I'm happy to be part of it with a Tamalpais alumni and parent of a team player, David Harris.
Hey, Dave, thanks. Good to see you today.
Good to see you,
What
too.
a rivalry we have here today at Sam Chapman Stadium. Here on the shores of San Francisco Bay, it's the Tamalpais Red-Tail Hawks taking on the Redwood Giants. So we are a little rushed to start, but it looks like it's going to be Sage Tidwell taking the draw for the Hawks. And Redwood controls. Redwood drives right, takes a quick shot, misses, cleaned up by the Tam defense. That is number 17, Eve Hodis. Eve's been having a phenomenal defensive season thus far this year. Redwood gets the ball back behind the net. Redwood taking their time to work the ball around on offense. Redwood. Great block by our goalie, Rush. Vanessa, number 00, has been having a great year. That's Dave's daughter. I know he won't tell you because he's very modest, but
Good saves. Start with good defense.
real great. That's over to Sierra Duncan. Sierra looking for a pass, forces it up, finds Coco Harris,
Oh, look at
who
that.
runs and crosses the 50.
She's got wheels.
Coco looking for daylight. Instead, pulls it back to set up the offense for the Hawks.
Smart play.
So on offense, that's number 5, Cora O'Connell, sending it over to number 4, Sage Tidwell. Tidwell over to Kip Cashin, number 7, down to Lily Hofer, number 3. That's Mercedes Chong, number 10, back up over to Kira McCarthy. So we swing it all the way around the ring, and we have the offensive team for the Hawks. There's O'Connell at the top looking for a pass. Instead, she charges right, pulls back, sends it back over to Hofer. Hofer and Chong playing X for the Hawks right now. Chong brings it out, up to Tidwell. Tidwell resets. Tidwell runs, but drops the ball, but she gets the call back to Tam. Looks like they'll be taking that from the 12. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dave. Tuesdays are one of my favorite days of the week.
That's not something I've often heard from someone, but that's great to hear.
Right? Monday's out of the way. It's all downhill from here.
That's true. That's a really positive way of looking at it. Most people kind of start looking at the daylight on Wednesday, or otherwise known as Hump Day.
Yes.
That's a really positive way of looking at it. She charges goal, takes a shot on goal. It's blocked by Redwood. Redwood recovers. I like the aggressive move by Hofer there.
Really good.
She looks like she was going to bring it back out and settle for resetting it, and then instead jammed back towards the goal, took a nice shot, but was blocked by Redwood. So Redwood brings the ball back into Tam territory, and Redwood setting up here at the top. There's number 1 looking for a drive, but she's quickly shut down by Tidwell. Shot on goal, blocked by Rush.
Good clear. A good clear starts the offense.
Out to Hodis. That's the soft. Oh, the soft. Oh, that looked like a little bit of an illegal.
It was close.
Yeah.
But
Back to Redwood.
She didn't go around her head. She went next to her head.
Yeah.
And that's legal.
So Dave, You've been watching this sport a lot longer than I have. Can you tell us the distinction? When is it an illegal kind of a chop, and when would it be legal? I guess it's legal when it's below their shoulders.
It's legal when you go next to the head, not in front of the head.
Okay, so
where you can hit the stick as hard as you want from behind, if you can catch up to the person. And this, they're not catching up to 14.
No, they're not. 14 finds a great pass, puts it
Oh,
out by
another
Rush,
save.
stops the ball,
Get out there.
and recovers it herself.
Uh-oh.
Quickly gets it. Looking for the outlet pass. It gets blocked, and it goes back to Redwood.
She got pressured. The goalies are encumbered by that heavy, massive helmet and the chest protector.
Well, and I also think, based upon kind of what we talked about last time, sometimes I would think that Vanessa would want to get that ball out quickly to someone who's not covered yet. Another shot.
Oh, that one got through.
And that one finally
goal.
got through. So 1-0 Redwood. We'll put that one on the board for the Giants. But just back to kind of what I was saying on those outlet passes, sometimes when you wait too long, it allows the defense to get set.
Absolutely.
Looked like Vanessa right there was trying to find an open hawk to outlet the ball to.
She definitely succumbed to the pressure, because once you're outside of the goalie circle, you're a regular player. And they can attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're resetting. Redwood takes an early 1-0 lead. It's this time we have Cora O'Connell taking the draw for the Hawks. Playing mid for the Hawks now is, I got to get a number. There's Tidwell on one side and number 6, Kira McCarthy, on the other. But the ball is controlled by Redwood. Redwood runs left, covered by Sage Tidwell.
There's the Speedster 14 setting it up. And apologies to Redwood viewers out there. We do not have the names of your players. We can just see their numbers.
So on a going forward basis, folks, at any of the opposing ties, if you do have rosters, it would be really helpful, because we'd love to acknowledge these girls. Redwood looking for a shot,
very
drives,
patient,
but decides better of it and pulls it back out. Back up to the top to number 1, over to 2. 2, picks 9 and allows her to roll. Back to X. Against Duncan. Duncan, good defense, good feet there.
Very good defense.
Good. Causes Redwood to have to bring it back out and reset. Oh, there's 16 charges. Oh, and she goes top shelf left. Nothing you can do about stopping that
shot.
one.
Nope.
Unencumbered to the goal.
Even with cat-like reflexes.
So Redwood takes the 2-0 lead here with 5:14 to go in the first quarter. Redwood, in the earlier game, the varsity Redwood Giants prevailed over the Tamalpais Redtail Hawks. I believe that final score was 12-2, Dave?
It might have got up to 14.
It may have gotten to 14.
It was 2-5 at the half.
2
to 5 at the half. 5-2 at the half. Redwood, yeah.
Okay. Wow, much closer game.
They turned it on.
Okay, so here we go. Tidwell back taking the draw. Ball's in the air. And taken by O'Connell. O'Connell pushing right. Looking for a pass. Sends it down to Hofer. Hofer over to Chong. Chong looking for cutters. Who has Tidwell there for a second. Back to X. Hofer over to Tidwell. Tidwell to Harris. Harris back to the top to Cora O'Connell. We got to keep this one close, Dave. We can't let the score get too far away from us here.
No, with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, it would be great for the team to get a score.
Tidwell rolling crease, looking for a pass.
Finds
it.
Boom.
Beautiful shot. An aggressive drive by Sage Tidwell.
Lovely.
Circles counterclockwise around the crease with a difficult angle, finds the top right corner of the goal to make it a 2-1 lead for the Redwood Giants.
That was a great move. She made it look like she was going to pass to a cutter that wasn't actually there. Spun around, jumped, shot.
And that was a tough angle, wasn't it, Dave?
That was a great angle.
I mean, it's not like she had the entire goal.
She did not.
Within which to shoot. So Tidwell goes back to take the draw against Redwood. It's a 1-goal game right now. And Tidwell knocks the ball back, but appears Redwood controls. Cash in on Redwood. There's Tidwell defending. You're right. 14 does seem to have some wheels for the Giants, doesn't she?
She does.
So Redwood, with the 1-goal lead, sets up their offense on the north end of Sam Chapman Stadium. Rolling crease, goes for the ball. She drops it. Ball's still loose. Ball's still loose. That's going to be a TAM ball.
That's a TAM ball.
O'Connell starts, pushes right, up the sidelines, looking for help. Finds it.
Good pass.
Finds it with Reagan Schaefer. Schaefer drops it into Tidwell. Tidwell
picks it up. Well done. Lots of pressure by Redwood.
all over Tidwell, but Tidwell still controls the ball. Sage throws it back to Hofer. Hofer maintains possession for the Hawks. Rolls right. Looking for a pass. Nothing in the middle thus far. Sends it over to Schaefer, who can't control, but it's picked up by Kip. Cashin. Back to Hofer. Hofer dodging. Looking for a pass. Sends it to Sage Tidwell. Sage, who scored the last TAM goal, once again goes behind. This time looks for a pass that's intercepted by the speedster number 14 for Redwood. And there she goes up the right sidelines.
There she goes again.
Passes it up to number 2, who's defended by Hannah Gates. Hannah slows her down, causing Redwood to have to set up their offense. Just about a minute left to go here in the first quarter. 14 charges. O'Connell stops. Finds 16. Oh, 16. Really good look by 14, who found 16 in the middle with a little snapshot, top left shelf, and Redwood regains the 2-goal lead. You know, as a goalie, when they're basically standing point blank, I feel like we got to get someone on those middle cutters, don't we? The Redwood coach The Redwood coach trying to get involved and coach from the sidelines. Oh, Redwood controls. Redwood runs up the field. So we're inside of 30 seconds here. Looking for a pass, but doesn't find it. Redwood keeps the ball with just about 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They got to do something quick, and here comes 16, who scored the last goal for the Giants. But nice defense, stops her and pulls it back. Not a lot of time for Redwood. They're inside of 10 seconds. Trying to find something. An outside goal, but Vanessa Rush saw that thing the whole way, blocked it. Really nice first quarter, for our goalie, Vanessa Rush. I counted at least 4 or 5 blocks in that quarter alone.
She was plus 50% on saves, and that is an awesome number.
Well, that's well above any you're going to be a first-team all-league if you play like that all season long.
Oh, boy. I'd love to hear that.
And in fact, to that end, Dave, the top goalies, in baseball we talk about the best hitters only get a base hit about 3 out of every 10 times. In goaltending for field hockey, what's considered to be like a 300 hitter in baseball? If you're a really strong goalie, what percentage of shots are you blocking?
I think in the 40% range, and that's really good.
That seems really, really, yeah.
And because as the players get better at lacrosse, their shots are better.
Yeah.
And so they're hitting the corners.
Right.
And so you've got to have cat-like reflexes, hope you make the right decision, and hope that your defense pushes the offense into a shot where you know the odds are better of it going.
Yeah, well, and a testament to the Hawk defense, they stopped a couple charges, which ultimately caused Redwood to take that long shot, kind of akin to a 3-pointer that Vanessa so ably handled to end the first quarter.
That was good defense.
So after one, it's Redwood 3, the Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks 1. I don't know if we want to call it art imitating life, but it is about 5:45, and we have the long shadows of the redwood trees behind us cast across Sam Chapman Stadium. They're on the just on the south side of the 50-yard line, as well as on the north side of the 30. Big redwood trees. It's kind of ironic to see those shadows cast across the field on a day like this when the Hawks welcome the Giants to Sam Chapman Stadium.
If there's a dead ball, then I stop the clock.
There's a conversation going on right now with the timekeeper and the referee. There's one of the challenging things that we find is that sometimes rules, while you would think are consistent, aren't necessarily applied consistently. For example, in the game that we played last against Marin Catholic, it was a running clock the entire time. And I saw on Saturday when we were at Marin Academy, the clock was stopping regularly. So I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason is. My partner Dave Rush, who's playing double time and also being our timekeeper today. Thanks, Dave. What's the rule there?
Wait, I better set the time.
Okay, hang on just 1 second. So we're going to reset the time. And here we go. The field. And there we go. So 12.
I better set the quarter, sorry.
Nope. I'm going to need to do the same for all the good folks back on in TV land here, and TamTV. And frankly, I believe, who do we have on camera today, Dave?
We've got Marcy Rush up there.
That's Marcy Rush. Your wife, Marcy, is up on camera. Hey, Marcy, how you doing? Thanks for braving the elements for us today and handling camera duties from the top of the Hawks nest. So the Hawks control the first draw of the second quarter. Two Hawks are on Cora, but Cora is driving, looking for a shot, decides to reset it up. Oh, there's a call. Looks like Cora's going to be taking it from the 12. No, excuse me. She gets it from the 8? Nope. Looking for a call. Yep, they're pulling her back to the 12 to set up the offense. As we've discussed on previous telecasts, Dave, much harder to score from the 12 than it is the 8.
Yeah, you're definitely passing, unless you're a sharpshooter.
Yeah. Okay, so Cora swings it over to Harris. Harris gets a pick and sends it back to Mercedes Chong. Mercedes back to Lily Hofer. There's the superstar from the varsity team just walking in right now. Hey, Rowie, how are you? Tough loss today for the Hawks.
Yeah, tough loss. It's okay.
Can we interview you real quickly here, just for a couple seconds here on TamTV? Unfortunately, Rowie, as most of you in the TamTV land know, is one of the stars of our team, and it's just a pleasure to have her up here in the Hawks nest. Rowie, what are you seeing out down here on the field right now for the JV squad?
They're working hard, that's for sure. The looks are there. Just gotta complete our passes, but apart from that, the hustle, the determination, beautiful ground ball.
You got to win the ground balls, don't you, Rowie?
We gotta win the 50-50s. That's the most important part of the game.
Yeah, you really do. Oh, there's a drop. Okay. Well, say, Rowie, thanks for visiting with us. Take care. Sorry about that tough loss today, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more opportunities in MCALs.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, Rowie. That's Rowie Scobie. Okay, so back here in the Hawks nest, Mercedes sends it over to number 6. That's Kira McCarthy.
Great action.
Hofer sends it to Harris, who can't handle the pass, but picks it back up out to Cashin. Cashin to O'Connell. O'Connell to Hannah Gates, now playing offense for the Hawks. Hannah looking, sends it over to Kira McCarthy. Kira kind of looking for her shot. Instead defers and sends it back down to X to Mercedes Chung. Mercedes looking for cutters. We have some, but none were open enough to execute the pass. Sends it to the other X. That's Lily Hofer. Lily rolling but pulls back over to Harris. Harris tries to charge but drops the ball. Has to send it back to Mercedes.
The defense had something to do with that.
Yep, that's for sure. That's for sure. Looking for cutters. Tam's being patient. When they have these possessions, they've got to capitalize on them. So I'm glad that they're not being reckless and waiting for their shot. There's Kira McCarthy rolling counterclockwise along the crease, but instead pulls it out, sends it over to Chong. Chong back to Harris.
Just got that in there. That was
Challenging,
great.
tough pass there. Aggressive. Chong at the top, over to Kip. Kip's the southpaw for the Hawks. Down to Harris. Harris to McCarthy. McCarthy behind the goal, over to Chong.
They're being extremely patient.
Yep. Well, we know how difficult it is to win a draw, to win a possession. So you've got to make sure you're going to get a good opportunity and a good shot on goal.
Yes.
O'Connell at the top. O'Connell charges right, looking for picks. Rolls all the way back to the X on her own. The Redwood coach emphatically yelling, "Push her, push her, push her."
Yeah, they're keeping them outside, so basically they're running in
There's
circles
Kip.
until now.
There's Kip looking for the pass shot.
Oh, great shot. Good block.
Beautiful. Good charge. Good shot on goal by Kip. Unfortunately,
Love the aggression.
yeah, the Redwood goal, the goalie stopped it. So Redwood back at X. Guarded there by. Oh! Ball's on the ground. Tam. Looks like Tam might have.
I was just about to say we got away with one, but we didn't get away with one.
I don't think we did. I think. Apologies to even the Tam fans. We don't have all the numbers because the girls haven't put all their numbers up on Team Snap. But I believe that was the number 23, Vaughn Sholnick, who committed the foul against Redwood, giving them the penalty shot.
She's taking it at the 8 where you would expect a shot, but at this angle, she might not be able to get a shot off.
It's certainly a more instead, she finds the Redwood cutter across the top. The defense swarms on number 1, not allowing a shot to get off. So that was a victory. That was a victory for Tam.
I think so.
And Hannah Gates just got called for what was the call there, Dave? Did you see?
I did not see.
Okay. So back out to the 12. Redwood resets. 15. Faking, dodging, weaving, but brings it back out to the number 1. 1 overthrows 16. 16 hustling to regain possession of the ball for the Redwood Giants. Good defense right there. That was number 1, Isla O'Connell. And the ball dropped. Oh, but they got the call, shooting space.
I don't know about that.
I don't
but
either.
That's what the call was.
So it's a shooting space call on Hannah Gates. Redwood will have it at the 8.
You'll expect to see a shot here.
I think you're right, Dave. And we do. She bounces it, but it goes left. I'm not sure that Redwood made it. 17 there for the Hawks. Eve Hodis was hustling. I thought she might have gotten her stick back to that back line before Redwood did.
Good.
But
great effort.
Really great effort by the sophomore captain, Eve Hodis. Great defense. Redwood rolls right and finds
Good
top
shot.
shelf right.
They seem to be due.
Well. So Redwood pushes the lead to 4-1 with 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
So, Dave, we're at Sam Chapman Stadium. Is that right?
We are.
Who was Sam Chapman?
You know, Sam Chapman, as I understand it, talking to my good friend Brian Murphy.
KNBR, Brian Murphy?
Brian Murphy from the morning show of KNBR. And Brian, who's on boosters and is leading. In fact, it's interesting that you ask that question because it's a bit of a timely question, Dave. Tam High Boosters is starting a Tam High Hall of Fame. We don't even have, for a school that's been around for over 125 years, we don't have, and that's probably wrong when I say 125 years, but somewhere thereabouts, we don't even have an athletic Hall of Fame. And so this coming fall, they're going to be inducting the first ever Tam High Hall of Fame. And my understanding is Sam Chapman is one of the individuals being considered for the inaugural class. And I believe Sam was a coach. I don't know what sport Sam coached back in the mid 1900s at Tamalpais High School.
That is awesome.
That's my understanding. But I'm sure Murph could add additional color to that for us. And certainly if he is elected into the Tam Hall of Fame, we'll all know a lot more about Sam then.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for that.
Interestingly, it's the name of the stadium is called Sam Chapman Stadium. The field, however, is called Bruce Grant Field. Bruce was a teacher and a track coach here at Tam back when I was a student in the late 80s.
Fantastic.
So I knew Mr. Grant, a really nice man who was a great teacher but incredibly dedicated to the track and field program, built it into what it is today, back starting in the 80s and the 90s. So it's Sam Chapman Stadium and Bruce Grant Field.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Dave.
Yeah.
That's great knowledge.
So Redwood at X, looking to build on their lead. See if Tam can get a stop here. Maybe get another goal to bring it within 2. Redwood at the top. There's 16 looking for, defended by Hannah Gates. She has to bring it back out. They send it to X. So good defense by Gates right there to prevent 16 from getting a shot off. There's Isla O'Connell. Oh, she goes with the fancy shot, and looks like Tam's going to, yep, ball goes back to Tam.
All right, Tam, we've got about 2 minutes left. They need to rip it down the field. Back to the goalie.
Vanessa looking for an outlet pass. She goes about 30 yards with it. Looks for Coco Harris, who does able to recover and picks it up. She's got 3 Redwood Giants on her. She splits the defense, passes it up to number 6, Kira McCarthy. Kira pushes hard. Tam has numbers if they can take the opportunity. Instead, they pull it out and allow everyone to reset.
All right, minute and 30 seconds.
So it would be really nice to get a little bit momentum going into the second half, Dave, if Tam can get in there and score a goal right now.
It sure would.
Wouldn't it? There's Sage Tidwell. Sage, the sophomore.
Okay, they need to be active.
Sage looking for a pass. Tam clears space for her on the right. Sent it down to X. Chong. LaFonza pass. Oh, looks for the pass. Just misses it.
Almost perfect.
Oh, that was a beautiful cut. I couldn't see who it was. Chong attempted to get that ball in there, was unable to do so. Redwood pushing now hard. That's 14 with a full head of steam running down the sideline.
Oh, the defense got back just in time.
Oh, great block by Rush.
We'll take that.
Redwood resets with 40 seconds to go here. Looks like they were looking for the give and go, but it was blocked by Rush. Okay, we've got 32 seconds left to play here in the first half. Vanessa regroups, finds her pass. Oh, unfortunately gets picked off by number 15. Blocked again by Rush. What a first half of goaltending we have by Vanessa Rush.
Woo, she made up.
Turn around, Tam. We got to get this.
Pass.
Okay.
10 seconds.
We're inside of 10 seconds. The only way we're going to get this is if we move the ball by way of passing.
Shoot it.
Oh, Harris loses the ball on the left-hand side. 3 seconds to play. Let's get a defense on her so she can't get a shot off. And before the shot gets off, the half comes to an end. And after 2 quarters of play here at Sam Chapman Stadium, it's the Redwood Giants 4 and the Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks won.
Sam Chapman Stadium on Bruce someone's field.
On Bruce Grant Field. Here,
Bruce,
over
there
here,
he is.
here's
Bruce
Bruce.
Grant.
There's a picture. We're sitting up here in the Hawks Nest, and sitting on the north side of the Hawks Nest is a 8.5 by 11 picture of the old coach, Bruce Grant. When I say old, he certainly is probably old today. He's no longer coaching here at TAM. So, Dave, the score is 4-1 after one half of play. Let's break down this first half a little bit. Tell me what you.
I need to find out if we're a 5-minute or a 10-minute half.
Am I right? I think it's a 5, but why don't we go to mute real quick, and then we'll be right back to break down this first half and preview the second. Okay, so back here in the Hawks Nest, it's a 3-goal lead for Redwood, but I have to tell you that I think this lead is certainly not insurmountable. We've gotten some very well-played goal by Vanessa Rush, and if it wasn't for how well she's been playing in goal, this score could be significantly worse than it is.
We could be in a real pickle.
Well, but unfortunately we're not, and so we're only down by 3 goals. This team has the firepower, has the wherewithal to score goals. I think that they need to find the sense of urgency in order to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to them.
Agreed. And traditionally, aside from this past Saturday at Marin Academy, where we had a tough loss, this team has been a second-half team in every single game.
Yeah, that's a great point, Dave.
They have not lost a half except for this weekend. Here we go again.
And, in fact, to that end, my understanding was I wasn't keeping perfect score, but they had a really tough second quarter against MA, but for the second half, my recollection was it was either a tie game or perhaps TAM may have even won that second half.
I don't recall that.
I think we gave up 8. I think we gave up 8 goals in the second quarter, and then played very even for the remainder of the game. So
there you have it.
Hopefully, the second quarter will be the low point of this game for the TAM, and we can build on that and start building up on that from here. So as we look down at the Hawks, you can see our coaches: Taylor Roy, Robin Ackley, Jaden Kang, instructing the girls. There's Jaden. It looks like he's giving some instruction right now. If you were down in the huddle, Dave, what would be a couple of the points that you'd be stressing that the Hawks should address here in the second half?
Well, first of all, I would say keep the effort up. Keep the defense up. The defense is playing great. The offense could move their feet a little more and be a little more active and dance a bit more.
Yeah. You're talking about cuts across the middle,
cuts across the person with the ball needs to move a little bit more, and be more active. And that will open things up. The more they move, the more things open up.
I'd like to see them taking advantage of possibly driving to the goal more and maybe getting some opportunities to take some shots from the 8. I'm not sure in that first half we even had a single penalty shot from the 8, did we?
We did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in a game like this, in women's lacrosse, I think you need to take advantage of the shooting space rule, which will then give you a real opportunity to score some goals.
Definitely.
And the best way to take advantage of that shooting space rule is by, really crashing the cage and trying to get in there and get a shot on goal. So The second half is about to be underway. Before we start the second half, we want to thank everyone who's listening to this today is listening to it on TamTV. TamTV is sponsored by the Boosters. The Boosters is the program at TAM that makes up over half of the funds that are necessary in order to field the breadth and depth of sports that we have here at TAM, including these two girls lacrosse varsity and JV that we have, as well as the boys JV and varsity lacrosse team. So thanks to all the families, all the corporate sponsors out there who donate to Boosters and make this all happen. So here we go. Start of the third quarter. It's Tidwell on the draw. Ball's in the air. Controlled once again by Redwood.
All right, the girls have had their marching orders at halftime. Let's see if they can execute.
Well, it's going to be critical. Possessions are going to be critical here in the second half. And unfortunately, Tam didn't get the first one. There's a long way to go, obviously, in this game. Good defense down there, requiring 2 to bring the ball back out to X. There's a pass. And there's Rush again! Unbelievable goaltending by the sophomore, Vanessa Rush.
All right, quick clear.
Oh, yeah, there's a stoppage of the clock as the ref is going to call something. Looks like a yellow card. Yellow card on Redwood. That's on number 2. I'm not sure what the call was.
I think she hit our TAM player on the head.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, she's going to come over here to the sidelines for a couple minutes and think about that.
For about 2 minutes, she's
yes,
going to
she
be thinking
is.
about it.
So TAM has the one-woman advantage right now, and I think it's important for us to take advantage of that, Dave.
We're a player up. We need to squabble up.
Yep, we certainly do. So here's Hannah Gates pushing up left, looking for a pass. It's tipped, but successfully up to Kira McCarthy. Kira pushing left.
With a knee brace, she's flying.
Drives the cage, puts a shot on goal, but it was right, unfortunately, into the stick of the goalie. I mean, the goalie didn't even need to move the basket, unfortunately,
Get that
one.
goalie. Get that goalie.
This is an aggressive play right here, Dave.
So
Talk to me about what's going on. Oh, that's why you want to be careful on those types of things, because
Yeah.
Tam almost intercepted it and would have had a pick 6. But gets it to Redwood, and here's 16 driving up the field.
They're fortunate to have the ball right now. Good for them.
I don't often see goaltenders come that far out. What would cause that to happen, Dave?
I think it would be to draw a defender toward her so that she could find an open player.
Oh, look at this. So I look down at my cell phone, and I'm getting a call from a number that a lot of parents here know. 415-380-3500. Yeah, that's the TAM attendance office.
Oh, I've had that call
Have
before.
you? I get a daily call. I feel like it's my afternoon alarm clock.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Nice shots right in front of the goal. Oh, but the defense swarms down on her. Really nice defense by Tam.
She did really well to stop that goal.
That was unbelievable. I mean, I thought that there was no way she wasn't going to score. There was no one on her, and all of a sudden, after a bit of a rainbow lollipop pass down right in front of the crease, Tam swarms on her and doesn't allow the shot to get off.
They were like hornets on barbecue chicken.
Unbelievable. I like that. Gets me hungry. So, pass over to number 14. Up, there's a call. Not sure what the call is. But it looks like it's going to go back to Redwood at the 12. Called on number 1, Ilo Connell. So, we're about 3 minutes into the third quarter. And there's the pass. Oh, unbelievable. You can't you know, one of them was going to finally get through.
That was a good shot.
That was a really nice shot. So, Redwood takes the 5-1 lead. And really, Tam's getting to a point here where we can't afford to let the lead get too much larger. We're going to have to start winning some of these draws, getting some turnovers, getting possession of the ball in order to put the ball in the back of the net for the Hawks. It seemed like there in the early part of that third quarter, that Tam was given instruction, was attempting to drive to the cage and draw one of those shooting space fouls. Haven't gotten one yet, But here we go. So Tidwell they're going to have to reset this one. Oh, no. Not going to reset it. They're giving the ball to Redwood. So Redwood going right to left. There's number 16 pushing hard. Sends it back to X. Tam sets up the defense. Duncan. Ball's down. Ball's down. Oh, just under O'Connell's stick, and Redwood regains possession. Ooh, a nice drive by number 21 for Redwood, who puts it just past the mid-left portion of the goal, and Redwood takes a 5-goal lead. So it looks like the defense has a conversation. Dave, do you know what goes on during these conversations? Have you talked to Vanessa? Did she say what they talk about when they're in these little powwows?
Yeah, they talk about well, first of all, how the player got an open shot.
Okay.
And who might have missed their assignment.
Okay.
And how to not miss the assignment next time.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it's good, also important for the goalie to call out when they see some movement by the opposing team that maybe the defense doesn't see.
Yep. Because the goalie kind of sees everything in front of her.
She should.
Yeah. So Tam looking to win. Get down. Get low. And Tam lost it. Not sure what the call was, but it goes back to Redwood.
Good effort by Coco Harris.
Well,
I don't know what the call was.
To no avail. Unfortunately, to no avail. And Redwood gets the call. 14 with the continuation. Looking for number 1 across the middle. Doesn't find her. But Redwood regains possession. Those loose balls, we're going to have to win some of those loose balls here, Dave, in order to get back into this game.
Ground balls are often the game.
Well, just like Rowie said when she was up here visiting with us in the Hawks Nest, you got to win those 50-50 ground balls.
Yep.
So Redwood at the top, defended by Harris. 16 dodges, gets past her. But the second wall of defense is there to meet her and pull her out. Redwood, number 11 with the ball at X, looking for a pass. Defended by number 23, Vaughn Sholnick. Passes down, ball's on the ground. Can the Hawks go regain it? God, the bounces are just not going our way, Dave.
It happens, Dave.
So, Redwood with the ball. With five and change left to go here in the third quarter, would hate to get to a point where they play the old 4 corners, kind of pass the ball around, and just kind of run out the clock. It's obviously a little early for that here at this stage.
Yeah, they are in a bit less of a hurry.
Yeah,
you can see that.
So, call goes against Hodis. Number 21 for Redwood will get the shot from the 8. This is something Tam hasn't yet to be able to get themselves. And she drives and finds the same spot that she found last time, about midway down the left pipe, to take the 6-goal lead. So with the clock's running at 4:25 here in the third quarter, it's the Redwood Giants 7. It's the Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks 1. Like to see us really get aggressive here, and every one of these draws, every one of these possessions is just critical for the Hawks.
Winning a draw would be a good start.
Well, it's the way you got to gain possession of the ball before you're able to put the ball in the back of the net. Joining us in the Hawks Nest, this is quite a treat. Varsity head coach Brian Dayton. Hey, Brian, how are you?
What's up, gentlemen?
Well, thanks for
Good
coming and joining us in the Hawks Nest. Sorry for the tough loss today. I know that it's never fun to lose to your crosstown rival.
We will see them again in College.
Absolutely, we'll see him. So, ball's intercepted by the Hawks. That's Harris driving right, crosses the 50 with a bit of a head of steam. Better take care of that ball so it doesn't get picked from behind. Sends it over to Kip Cash, and Kip, the southpaw, charges left, sends it back down to X. That's Mercedes Chong. over to Kira McCarthy. Excuse me, Lily Hofer. Hofer,
Risky pass.
gets intercepted by number 1. It's the fundamentals that sometimes are causing us to be in the position that we're in here,
Yep,
Dave.
that's the movement, and it's always good, if you need to move toward the ball, you move toward the ball.
Okay.
You can't just wait for it sometimes.
So Hofer pulled out, and in comes number 21, who unfortunately is not on our roster, Dave. Looks like that's going to – not sure the refs know what they're going to call right now here.
And if a parent knows who the name of the player, number 21, please share with it on our chat line. What was that number, Dave? 380?
415-317. Michael Jordan Vanessa Rush, 2300. So Redwood with the ball, back to the top, 14 charges right, takes a shot on goal, bounces it just under Rush. So Redwood puts another one on the board here with just under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Redwood 8, Tamalpais 1. Now the offense appropriately is huddling on the 30-yard line, trying to get a play in place, trying to figure out how to get possession, how to get some pressure on this Redwood defense in order to attempt to put some shots on goal. So on the circle, taking the draw is Sage Tidwell alongside Cora O'Connell, Coco Harris. Let's see if we can get in there and get this ball, Dave.
Let's get this draw. Come on, Tam.
Time's a-ticking. We're inside of 1 minute. Sage taking the draw. Ball's in the air. Just missed it.
Good effort.
And Redwood collects it and pushes.
Their speedster 14.
There
They're
she
driving.
goes. There she goes. Puts a shot on goal.
Off the
Block.
pipe.
Was it off the pipe? I thought it was blocked by Rush. Nonetheless, it was 14 has the ball back. No, before the shot. No goal. 14 will get a penalty shot. With time ticking off, 23 seconds left to play here. And it's going to be a Redwood. And there she goes. Oh, she drops it, does a drop shot, and scores. So Redwood taking kind of control of this game here, Dave. It's 9-1. It's been somewhat all Redwood on the offensive side thus far. I know those Hawks had a spirited dinner last night at Captain Eve Hodis's house.
Baked ziti.
Baked ziti, yeah. It's a recipe, I understand, from the Hodis family back on the East Coast. We don't have a lot of baked ziti here in the Bay Area, and so when you get baked ziti out here, it's kind of like getting a burrito in New York, and so
Don't do it.
It's quite a special. It's a special treat, and so the team all went over to the Hodis house last night up on the mountain and bonded, carbo loaded, and enjoyed a nice meal. Thanks to our team managers, his and her team managers, Matt and Anna Hodis. So the Hodises, thank you for hosting the team dinner last night. I know that when the girls left the house, their spirits were high, their enthusiasm was bustling, and I know they were looking forward to this game today. I'm sure they're disappointed right now, but they still have a quarter to make something of it, Dave.
They still have a memory of their full tummies. I think they're in a good place.
They are. So, as we look out to Miller Avenue, again, we want to thank all those corporate sponsors who help, really, frankly, make all this happen. I mean, we can't have all the teams that we do without the support of the families and of the sponsors in our community. Most people may or may not know these sports teams get funded by the state but only receive about half the amount of funding that's necessary in order to actually have a team. So we have to figure out how to make up that difference. That's what TAM Boosters does through recruiting, support from families, and all the corporate sponsors. So again, we want to thank them. The reason why we're on your computers right now, on your television screens, perhaps you'll be listening to this telecast later, is because of TAM Boosters. So a big shout out to TAM Boosters, but really all the families and corporate sponsors that make it all happen.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So this time, TAM's going to be going right to left. We're 3/4 of the way through this game. The sun is gone. The shadows are gone. It's largely dark across the field, but I think there's still fire in the bellies of these Hawks.
Let's go, Hawks.
Tidwell to take the draw. Again, Hawks going right to left. Ball's in the air. Controlled by Tidwell. I like the start of this fourth quarter, Dave.
I love it too. We need to win. We need to win a quarter, and I think this is the one. That was the best draw of the game.
Positively.
TAM.
Positively. Sage has the length and strength to be able to control those, and I love seeing her do it right there. So Hofer behind X gets it over to Cashin. Cashin rolls clockwise around the crease, looking for a shot. Can't find it. Sends it out to Coco Harris, who resets at the top. Coco charges through. Gets tripped, and she gets the call. So it looks like we're going to have our first Hawk penalty shot of the game.
That was a rough penalty.
Well, I think you had to sell it there, too, a little bit. Okay, so it's Coco Harris, the freshman, right at the top of the 8, looking to put one in for the Hawks. This is the first penalty shot for the Hawks in this, and we've only gotten to this first penalty shot here in the early part of the fourth quarter. Bounce shot by Harris, and she finds the back of the net. So Hawks score a second goal and make it a 9-2 game. Again, I think that just underlines the importance of getting those penalty shots.
Penalty shots are huge.
Penalty shots are high percentage shots. Otherwise, there are these shots, when you're setting up the offense, while also critically important, are much more difficult to get to find the back of the net.
And number 8, Coco, knew she had to be aggressive. Someone on this team has to be aggressive. And it starts with the draw.
Okay, so here it goes again. Sage did a great job in the last draw here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Let's see what she can do with this one. So it's Tidwell taking the draw for the Hawks. Ball's up. And Redwood controls this time. Hawks down by 7. 14 still playing aggressively. Looking for her shot. Met by the defense right there. And turns her back. So Redwood sets up at the top. That's number 1. Down over to 21. Looking for that. Watch that shot. Oh, she's got that tough
clear shot,
left-handed shot that just comes right to left. And number 21 puts it in for the 10th goal of the game for the Hawks. We've now seen that same shot by 21 3 times. She gets it on the right-hand side, kind of rolls. She's a lefty. Oftentimes, that one was a little lower, but oftentimes she puts it kind of halfway down the net. But that's a tough shot to defend. There's not much a goalie can do. Ball's in the air. Tam gives chase, trying to gain control. Looks like it's a call, and it's a cover back to the Hawks. So here's O'Connell pushing. Cora having a great season. She's a freshman. Sends it up to her good friend Kip Cashin. Kip's our southpaw. Oh, with a tough pass looking for number 15, Reagan Schaefer. Ball goes over her head, and unfortunately Tam loses possession.
Good idea, just a hair high.
Yeah. So here is Hofer. Oh, an aggressive pass by Redwood, but it works. Redwood passes over the 50. Guarded by number 9, Hannah Gates, the freshman. Redwood back to X over to number 11. Redwood sets up their offense from behind the Tam goal. 11 rolling. Met there by Hannah Gates, who forces the ball out. 2 charges. Once again, Gates turns her away. There's Eve Hodis with some real nice defense. 14 cuts, but doesn't get the look. 2, charging, rolling, takes a shot. Kind of a whiffy shot.
Yeah, slipped out of the net.
Yeah, but Redwood recovers. Back to back to the southpaw, number 21, who's put 3 in on us today.
It's nice to see Redwood still being aggressive. A lot of teams would be coached to take it easy and kill the clock.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see them play.
You know, you make a really good point, Dave. I think that shot on goal.
We'll call that a block.
Absolutely, we're going to call it a block because that's exactly what it was. And that's another block for Rush, for V Rush. But Redwood regains the ball, back at X, swings it off to the left, off to the right. 11 looking for a shot, met by 3 TAM defenders. Redwood finds the ball in the number 15 with a snappy little shot right there. And Tam, the defense looked good, Dave, but she found a little crease. It opened it up, and she was able to get her shot off.
Yeah, not much you could do about that.
No, there's
but
not
they're
at all.
talking about it.
Yeah.
They know there's something they can do about it.
Another defensive huddle. So we have a few substitutions. Out's number 15, Reagan Schaefer. In for the Hawks is number 6, Kira McCarthy.
Tam still has good body language. That says a lot about this team.
Oh, yeah,
they really like each other.
Oh, they do. This is. I'll tell you. You know, we hosted a dinner at our house, and these girls all really do care for each other and get along. Are nice. They're friends.
It's nice
so
to see.
Tam looking to control, and they do.
There we go.
There's Sage Tidwell. Sage running hard up the left side, tries to put a move on, puts a shot on goal, blocked by Redwood.
Love the aggression.
I like it too. I mean,
we have to get shots on goal.
We've got to have some shots on goal. Maybe would have liked to have seen her take a few more steps or possibly get that shooting space penalty. But you know what? There's a nice little aggressive defensive play for the Hawks.
Yep.
Don't worry about it, Lily. You did just fine. You just stand behind and get ready for the ball to get put back in play.
Sometimes it's a good check, even if it's a little hard.
Oh, that was a great check.
Because defense can get into position.
That's great.
You don't get a yellow card.
No.
That's good for your team.
That's really nice. That was a real nice play by Lily Hofer because Redwood. Oh, ball's down. Picked up by O'Connell.
There it goes.
Here we go. Tam looking for numbers.
That's it. A good.
O'Connell brings it to the middle of the field. Tam filling the lanes on the outside. O'Connell runs, circles to the back of the net, looking for X. There's Kip looking for a pass. O'Connell walking it right, taking her time. Looks like the Hawks are going to set up. Kip. Kip had a good. Didn't see her. Kip had a cut and would have been open there for a second, but unfortunately, we missed her. So there's Hofer. Hofer gains possession and sets it up. Brings it out to Tidwell. Tidwell charging hard right. Brings it to the top. Tidwell. Oh, an aggressive pass to the middle. Finds number 6. Shot on goal. Oh, but it bounces out. That was a nice shot by Kira McCarthy, but it went out, but Tam retains possession.
Love it.
I thought it was going to be a risky pass there, Dave.
The pass was risky.
It was a risky pass, but McCarthy was able to handle it, turn, and take a shot on goal. Unfortunately, she just missed it by an inch or so. So, ball's back up top. That's Harris looking for a pass. Sends it to Kip. Not a great pass, but Kip runs it down. Cashin drives left. Oh, but loses the ball. Runs into three Redwood defenders and loses the ball.
Hey, we know 14. There she
Here's
is.
number 14. She gets on her horse and is charging down. Charges down the field. Pass over to 11. Oh, blocked by Rush once again.
Get that ground ball.
Looking for possession of the ball, and Rush comes up with it and quickly gets rid of it.
Uh-oh.
What's the call? What's the call, ref? That Tam ball.
Yep.
Tam ball. You can see Vanessa is trying to get the ball out of her possession before the defense is able to set in order to be able to better clear the ball, which she does successfully to Sage Tidwell, who crosses the 50 and is motors down the right-hand side. Tidwell sends it to X. There's Hofer. Hofer looking for a pass. Not a lot of movement right now. There's McCarthy. McCarthy sends it out. Tam ball. So McCarthy from the 12. Probably not a shooting opportunity here, but maybe we can set up a play.
I hope we get to see a play here.
So Kira pulls it back out, sends it to Harris. Harris doesn't control, but then picks it up before it gets to the all-important 35-yard line where those attack from the other side were waiting for her. So anyway, there's Harris at the top, looking for something. Goes right.
We're under 2 minutes.
Down to Hofer. Hofer looking for a pass. Hofer rolling counterclockwise. Back out to Sage Tidwell. Sage brings it back out. 1:35 left to play. Tidwell charging, looking for a shot, and puts it up and finds it. So with 1:30 to play, Sage Tidwell with her second goal of the game, a beautiful top shelf left shot. I like the aggressive. Sage has been looking for her shot, and you know what? To her credit, she's got 2 goals, and it looks like she may have even been injured there for a second, but she shakes it off. She's kind of limping gingerly up the field, and let's do that quickly because we're about to be inside of 1 minute left to play in the game.
Sage's improvement from week 1 is noticeable.
Certainly it is.
Maybe most improved so far.
Well, I just love the aggression, right, Dave? I mean, at this point in time, we got to get shots on goal.
Yep.
You miss every shot you don't take, and Sage knows that. So she's being aggressive. She's being aggressive with, the draw. Unfortunately, we didn't get that one, but she's as energetic as she was at the outset of the game. So Redwood quickly gets the ball down and takes a shot.
Right.
Unfortunately, Redwood just shoves the ball out of bounds. So that's going to go to Tam ball. We're not a lot of time. We're inside of 30 seconds,
right.
And so we need to move the ball. That's back to Eve Hodis. Eve's going to start it down from
20 seconds.
20 seconds. So here's Eve, the sophomore, just getting demolished by Redwood Giants.
And that's a smart play by Redwood.
Yeah, the only thing that's happening is just that more time is
turnover.
So another block by Rush. What a game for the sophomore goalie, Vanessa Rush.
That's a positive way to finish right
there.
It
really is a positive way to finish today.
It is so deflating to give up a goal at the last second.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll take that as a win.
Well, it's got to feel equally as great to have someone who's basically standing 1 to 2 feet away from you, point blank, and you turn them back.
Yeah.
And
she's going to have some bruises on her inner thighs from that save.
We'll
call that the clamshell.
There we go. We'll call that the clamshell. So, a disappointing game for the Hawks. The Hawks now, I believe, have lost 3 straight. But the Hawks are gonna have to regroup here in the latter part of this week, and then we have spring break. I don't think we have another game until after spring break, so it's going to give the girls an opportunity to get some well-deserved rest and get some more practice time in, and have some time with family and friends on spring break. And then we're going to come back to the end of the season, and I think we got 3 or 4 games after spring break where the Hawks will, I'm certain, be ready to match their foes.
I think you're right. And we've got some good matchups coming up as well.
Absolutely.
Winnable matches.
Very winnable matches. So, on a somewhat chilly spring afternoon at Sam Chapman Stadium here on the shores of San Francisco Bay, and more specifically Richardson Bay, the Redwood Giants JV team prevails over the Tamalpais Redwood Hawks 11-3. So I want to thank Marcy Rush, who was our camera person up on the roof of the Hawks Nest today. She braved the elements and brought you all the great video coverage from up there. And also want to thank my partner, Dave Rush, for the call today. So, again, a tough one for the Hawks. Not what we were hoping for, but these girls are holding their head held high. Certainly a tremendous performance by our goalie, Vanessa Rush. Some other really nice defensive plays by some Hawks. We had some more scoring in the second half than we did in the first, and so that's good news. So, on behalf of Marcy and Dave Rush, I'm Dave Harris, signing off from the Hawks Nest, where today the Redwood Giants defeated the Tamalpais Red-Tail Hawks 11-3. Thanks for all your support. Enjoy your spring break, and we'll see you back here in about a week and a half.